Hello everybody, thank you for coming to take a look at what I've been making. Yesterday I uploaded 2 videos and they were to show 3 of the cat journals that I've made. So they were the little red one, which is the great cat. It was the tiger cat, and it was the brown cat. So the journal that I was just finishing off yesterday that I've now done is the last of those 4, and this is one of the little golden books, The Shy Little Kitten. So again, this uses the kit from Paulette TLC, her cat kit, and it also includes 3 of the cat kits from Mrs. Cogs, and that was Beautiful Cats, Fab Cat Illustrated and Black Cat. So those kits, fantastic images of cats, so I would strongly recommend you have a look at them if you want to do a cat journal. As I say, this is a little golden book called The Shy Little Kitten. The measurements on this one, all golden books, it's 8 inches tall, 6 inches wide, and this one has a spine, I think it's about 2.5 inches. So there's some cat fabric on there and some vintage books, vintage buttons on there as well. And then that's the back of it, and there's some trim there that has some little paw prints on. So this one's just held together with some organza ribbon and a Tim Holtz hitch post. 2 signatures in this one. You see that? Okay. So 2 signatures, and there's around 120 pages. I haven't put anything in the front because I always think with the little golden books it's nice for whoever has this book to personalise it themselves. So the binding on the middle, as you can see, is the same cat fabric as is on the front. And this is one of the pages from Paulette's cat kit. Always have difficulty saying that, cat kit. So pom-pom trim on there. Some quotes in this one as well, and that one says, "Cats choose us, we don't own them." And then again, this is The Shy Little Kitten, so all the book pages are in here in the right order. Mouse there. I watched Gail Agostelli earlier this week, and she made a belly band out of the squares. I don't have the same squares, so I just cut my fabric into squares and stitched them together to make a belly band. And there's a little notebook there that you can put pictures in and do some writing in. Again, that quote there, "I have felt cats rubbing their faces against mine and touching my cheek with claws carefully sheathed. These things to me are expressions of love," and that's a quote from James Herriot. And there's a lovely kitten there. A tuck spot here with one of the images from Mrs. Cogs. It says Fab Cat on there, and that's one of the titles of the kits from her. And a Franken paper tag with a image there as well. These are just some papers that I had. I actually tried Gail's technique with little golden books where you fold the page over slightly. I did it a little bit different in that I cut the, I guess you'd call it the hinge of the page, the fold of the page off, and inserted that page between the 2. But I like how it worked out. Thank you, Gail. That was a good tip. So there's a little cat there. I think that cat's watching these kittens play. There's a tag there. This could be stuck in if you wanted it to, but I've just put it on the page. And there's some fabric there. And a tag there from Paulette's kit. It says, "Authors like cats because they are such quiet, lovable, wise creatures, and cats like authors for the same reason." And there's just some little organza ribbon there, and some trim on there. A tuck spot there at the top, and one of the cats from the fabric on the spine, a little button. So again, with this one, there's lots of space to journal. The centre of the signature is little pockets, and in those pockets there are, oops, sorry, I'm nudging the tripod, there are some cat cards, I was going to say tickets, cat cards in there. I'll do that later. And then on the bottom there's a paw print and a little kitty. Again, storybook. This is just paper that I had in my room. This is one of the pages from Paulette that I've shrunk down, and it's just, I've put some paper in there so there's extra journaling space. I've just clipped it on the page there. Another quote there from Frank Sinatra: "I'm not one of those complicated mixed up cats. I'm not looking for the secret of life. I just go from day to day taking what comes." I love that image. There's an envelope there. Nothing inside it at the moment. And again, that's just some scrapbook paper that I had. And there's a piece, can you see that? Sorry. So vintage button on there, and again the fabric from the kit. And I think this is either Old Design Shop or the Graphics Fairy. A tuck spot there, again with one of the Mrs. Cogs images there. That frog looks a little bit worried, I think, looking at those cats. And again this, it says beautiful cats there. And that just flips down for some writing space on there. I wanted this one to be quite colourful because I thought the pages of the little Shy Little Kitten were quite colourful as well. So little piece of fabric there. I love cats because I enjoy my home, and little by little they become its visible soul. It's a lovely image there of the kittens, and some fabric here just as a little flip. "Time spent with cats is never wasted," and that's a quote from Sigmund Freud. So that's the first signature. "It's impossible to keep a straight face in the presence of one or more kitten." Again, one of the book pages. And these pages that I've put in from Paulette's kit, they can actually be written over because they are pale enough to see what you have written. Again, one of the belly bands made from the squares of fabric, and a little area to write in as well. Again, I just used the cat fabrics that I had for the squares. "I believe cats to be spirits come to earth. A cat, I am sure, could walk through a cloud, could walk on a cloud and not fall through." And that's a quote from Jules Verne. So tuck spot here. So there's somewhere at the back, and there's one at the front, one at the top. And that's just a little envelope there, and a little piece of the fabric cut out of the cat fabric. And again, a tag that's not stuck on, but it could be if you wanted it to. "What greater gift than the love of a cat?" And that's from Charles Dickens, and just some lace on there. Another tuck spot up there, again with one of the little pieces of fabric. The images in these little golden books are just so beautiful. Again, the centre of the second signature, the tags in there. I cut out one of the little mice, a little mouse and a little cat, and again on the bottom there are a couple of cats. And this again is one of the pages from the kit that I've shrunk down and put some paper in it again, and then I've just put that over the page there just to add some interest to the page. "Cats have it all: admiration, endless sleep and attention, but only when they want it." And again, some trim down the side of that picture. Another envelope here with one of the images from Mrs. Cogs, and again a little trim on there with a button and a piece of fabric. Again, tuck spot behind there, and that opens up again so it can be journaled on. That says the black cat, and that's cut out of one of the images from Mrs. Cogs, one of the tags. Service guest check there, it says beautiful cats. The smallest feline is a masterpiece, and that's from Leonardo da Vinci. Some lovely images there of kittens. And another fabric flip just there. In ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods, and they haven't forgotten. And that's a quote from Terry Pratchett. And then that's the back of the little golden book, and again you can see the cat fabric, the same as on the front. So that is my fourth and final cat journal. Thank you very, very much for looking. I do hope that you've enjoyed looking through my series of cat journals. And I'll have a think what I'm going to be making next. Thank you so much for coming to look. Thank you. Bye-bye.